This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. This is the best place to retire in Thailand, video and report. We spent 3 months of 2019 looking for the best place to retire in Thailand. I've been going to Thailand for 13 years and there are many great places to retire. I visit Thailand at least once every other year for a month or two for my medical and dental care, and then I travel around and really enjoy the place. The overall medical and dental experience in Thailand is better than the US, in my opinion, even before you consider the 60 to 90% savings on everything, not just prescription drugs. Here are the best places to retire in Thailand. My favorites are not likely to be the same as yours. You may like different things than me, yes? That's why I created 3 lists of the best places to retire in Thailand. Okay, so I've created 3 separate best place to retire in Thailand lists. I created these types of people last year in my ranking of the best places to retire in Mexico, link provided. I will keep using them because people reported liking them. The first type is called cultural explorer. These are people interested in the history and culture of the world and their surrounding environment. They often want to live near and walk to the cultural center of older cities, near temples or churches, museums, restaurants, coffee shops, and fresh food markets. They may also enjoy the following archetypes, but are only secondarily interested in them. The second archetype is active adventurer. These are people that may enjoy cultural exploration, but are more dominantly focused on adventure. They are often interested in exploring their own personal physical limits in extreme conditions set in a natural environment. It would include outdoorsmen, mountain bikers, whitewater rafters, snow enthusiasts, scuba divers, windsurfers, and skydivers. In general, they prefer being closer to the mountains, rivers, snow, or the ocean. They may also enjoy the other types, but exploring adventure is their dominant archetype. Okay, rural self-reliance. These are people who want some distance between themselves and their nearest neighbors. They often want to grow their own food and live off the grid. Some have a basic mistrust in the true intentions of government and the police. Privacy is often paramount to feeling safe. They might be interested in the other archetypes, but it's not their dominant concern. You can click each link below to read full reports and watch videos about each place on the 3 best places to retire in Thailand lists. At each link, there is a retire cheap report with more information for each destination on that list. The retire cheap reports typically have information that will help you eliminate many places from your list. Try to reduce the number of places you visit before making a final decision. So the retire cheap reports should help you reduce the complexity and cost of your overall search. The purpose of this best places to retire in Thailand report is also to help you eliminate places that might not be a good fit for you. You can also read our 2019 best countries to retire in the world to help eliminate which countries you visit before making a final determination. All of these reports are at our library catalog at Vagabond Buddha, links provided on the webpage. Just click below this YouTube video. Many retired cheap reports include information about weather, walkability of neighborhoods, best areas to stay, suggested accommodations and tours, Old Town walking tours, local markets, internet speed and reliability, food diversity and costs, things to do, local tours, day tours, lifestyle, public transportation, social considerations, expat populations and resources, real estate purchase and rental price, frugal cost of living estimates, and an overall retirement desirability score. Some reports include medical availability and quality and retirement visa requirements. Many also include videos of us walking around each town, visiting must-see locations, eating in local restaurants, nightlife tours, best beaches and parks, discussing prices and other information. We video the good, the bad, and the ugly so you can get a real feeling for an area. We often provide Google Maps of our tours so you can use your smartphone to walk the areas we want to show you. We also share ways we were able to save money in each location. Our philosophy is to try to live more like a local rather than an expat, so you can get a feel for what it's really like to live on the cheap in each location. Finally, we provide a short summary of the facts and history of the places to give you the historical context. Life can be more interesting when you know how a place fits into the world historically. Since my archetype is cultural explorer, I will rank the best places to retire in Thailand first, according to cultural exploration. Okay, best place to retire in Thailand for cultural explorers. Bangkok. There's a link here to the full report, but just a summary. Bangkok is by far the most interesting place in Thailand for cultural explorers. As the capital city of Thailand, it has more museums, palaces, temples, markets, parks, events, nearby archaeological exploration, exhibits, malls, art galleries, specialty foreign foods and restaurants, nightlife, and live entertainment. It also has an amazing public transportation system so you can get around quickly even during rush hour when the roads are all blocked. Unlike most capital cities, it is not that much more expensive than the outlying areas, so it's special in that regard. Bangkok is number one. Number two on the cultural explorers list would be Chiang Mai. Link provided to the full report. Chiang Mai is a little less worldly than Bangkok and much more quaint. It is surrounded by green mountains and has a much more laid-back feeling. The food choices in Chiang Mai are remarkable for its size. There are many cultural opportunities, including 300 temples, but not at the same level or high energy as Bangkok. If you pick Chiang Mai, you're probably going to want to go out of town during the burn season in March. Because of the high quality life with the balance of both international and local influences, Chiang Mai remains one of my favorite places in the world to live and visit. For that reason, I would be willing to give up the additional cultural opportunities of Bangkok, and personally I would select Chiang Mai as my best retirement heaven in Thailand. I would fly down to the islands or somewhere cooler during the burn season. Okay, my third pick on the list, Chiang Rai. There's a full link to the full report here, but here's the summary. This is a much smaller version of Chiang Mai, surrounded by more greenery, mountains, hill tribes, and fewer tourists. Without all the tourists supporting the restaurant industry like in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai doesn't have all the diversity of foods. Luckily, it does have night markets like you see in Chiang Mai, but not many digital nomads or nightlife. The temples are beautiful and diverse. There are great day trips from Chiang Rai, like the Golden Triangle, hill tribes, and the tea plantations. All of that information is in great detail on the Chiang Mai Retire Cheap report, a link provided as with all other recommended destinations on the webpage. Just click below this video. Okay, number 4 for cultural explorers is Krabi. Full report provided at a link. Krabi is both the name of the town and state in this part of Thailand where Krabi is located. There are two main places you could live. One is the town of Krabi, which is very Thai in nature. The other is Onang, a beach town about 20 minutes away from Krabi town. My favorite beach in Thailand, Railay Beach, is just a 12-minute boat ride away from Onang. If you are a cultural explorer but would prefer to be in a smaller town near the beach, Krabi town is one possibility. It has a walkable waterfront, an amazing night market, and a few beautiful temples. It is also just a short, long-tail boat ride away from Railay Beach. Okay, number 5 on the cultural explorer list is Phuket. It's mainly a very large island. Most people visit just to enjoy the beach, but it also has a colorful old town that many people visit maybe 30 to 40 minutes at all on a trip to Phuket. or maybe they'll have dinner there. But it's full of culture and food, and it's even an area that would be fun to live in Phuket. It's about 30 to 40 minutes from most of the interesting beach areas. There is some diversity in foods available in the largest beach city, Phuket, but you probably will have to drive there to eat, since many people rather live in more quaint beach communities 20 to 60 minutes away. The public transportation is dismal and the taxis way overcharged. Luckily, you can rent a scooter for cheap if you pick Phuket, Old Town, or the beaches for your retire cheap destination. Okay, Koh Lanta, Hua Hin, or Pai. I wouldn't rate these three destinations for cultural explorers, but they do have a place on the following best of Thailand lists. The next list, best place to retire in Thailand for active adventurers. Since my primary archetype is cultural explorer, I decided to rely more on information gathered by others in ranking the best place in Thailand for active adventurers. So I Googled each adventure in Thailand and made a list of suggested destinations. There's a table on the webpage, just click below this YouTube video. For example, in the above table, Phuket came up in Google searches for each column marked with a 1. That means that when I search on best places to mountain bike in Thailand, bloggers suggested Nantale and Chiang Mai. So I put a 1 in each destination. After I found all of the suggested destination for each adventure type, I combined any locations that were close to each other. For example, since my search for whitewater rafting and surfing in Thailand suggested Phra Nang and Kalem Beach, respectively, and since they are in or near Phuket, I added them to fit Phuket's total to get 5. You can see all this on the table at the web page. However, you can use the table differently. If, for example, you are only interested in surfing, you would pick only one of the places marked as surfing: Kalem Beach, Koh Lanta, Koh Kradan, Koh Tao, and Koh Samui. However, these are not my suggestions. These came up in other bloggers' posts, so you'll have to go and see for yourself. Okay, with those results, here's the active adventure ranking. Krabi Beach, or Krabi, sorry, full report at the link provided. In and near Krabi, bloggers suggested Krabi for wind and kite surfing, mountain biking, surfing, hiking, rock climbing, and scuba diving. It also has some great temples, night markets, and my favorite beach in Thailand, Railay Beach. So Krabi is a great choice for active adventurers. Number 2 on the active adventure list, Phuket. In or near Phuket Island, bloggers suggested wind or kite surfing, whitewater rafting, surfing, hiking, and scuba diving. Although not on the list, they also have wave runners and parasailing on the beach in Patong. Plus, Phuket has 2 of my favorite beach neighborhoods in Thailand, Kata Beach and Surin Beach. Okay, number 3 on the list for active adventures is Koh Tao. I haven't been to Koh Tao, so I don't have much to say on that. I've been to nearby Koh Samui, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in Thailand, but we didn't visit Koh Samui on this trip since it was just a white sand party beach. Not much there to see culturally, but nearby Koh Tao is number 3 on the list for active adventurers. Come see the table and you'll see why. Koh Lanta, full report, link at the webpage. Although listed as near Krabi, Koh Lanta might be worth considering as a separate destination since it's a few hours away from Krabi by ferry. Koh Lanta is a large island that is sparsely populated. Bloggers suggested Koh Lanta for surfing and scuba diving. We stayed a full month in Koh Lanta this year to get a bunch of work done at a digital nomad co-working space called 𝐂𝐎𝐈𝐈.org. What a great, easy work life that was. Okay, next up is Pai. Bloggers suggested Pai for whitewater rafting and hiking, but I also saw many mountain bikers when I visited there this year. I also saw dirt bike riding in the hillside Pai also has hot springs and beautiful rolling hills with terraced rice paddies. It's one of the most beautiful landscapes in the world. It rivals or exceeds Bali, Indonesia in terms of the green mountain views and terraces. And finally, Hua Hin. Hua Hin was suggested by bloggers for wind or kite surfing and hiking. I also saw a few golf courses there, although I am not a golfer. Okay, finally, best place to retire in Thailand for rural self-reliance. Number one on that list is Pai. I've ranked Pai as the number one location in Thailand for rural self-reliance. Why? Pai is located in beautiful green rolling hills at about 500 meters above sea level. Pai town is small and easy to get in and out of. So if you lived in a mountain home in the rolling hills above Pai, you could easily get into and out of town to find supplies without much trouble. Also, a considerable amount of rain falls, and all of the greenery would provide some seclusion and privacy for you. If you locate next to a stream or the property had a well, you should be able to grow your organic fruits and vegetables year-round without many challenges. Also, because many of the expats and some of the locals in Pai are more modern-thinking hippie types, you'll likely be able to find people with common interests in organic, sustainable farming. Okay, second up in rural self-reliance is Chiang Rai. Chiang Rai has many of the same qualities as Pai, but the city is larger, so you would find it more difficult getting in and out for supplies. Plus, the rolling hills might be a little further outside of town if you desire the same level of privacy. Also, it is a more local community, so they may not be as versed or interested in organic, sustainable farming as you'll find in Pai. Since there are fewer foreigners per capita, it might take longer to form social bonds with other hippies, although there are many exceptions and many locals in Chiang Rai that are also interested in organic farming. Okay, Koh Lanta, full report at the webpage. Koh Lanta has a more rural feel to it with small homes in the hills above the beach, some with a little land under them. The air feels drier and the land is not as green, so you would need to verify a water source and be prepared to grow things that can grow at sea level heat. It is a very laid-back atmosphere and even a hippie feel to it, but it has a beach vibe mixed in, which is different from the hippie, cooler mountain atmosphere of Pai. Plus, it's an island, so you may struggle getting a large enough piece of land that would provide the privacy that some rural self-reliance types desire. If that is the case, you may find some of the rural areas around Krabi as a better fit for you to be near the beach. Krabi, the final listing for rural self-reliance, when you drive around Krabi, there are huge areas of undeveloped land with large trees and privacy. If you desire a little more land around you, this might be the place to look at for sea level and to be near beaches. Just make sure you have a source of water for water crops you want to grow. There's a very dry season in Krabi. Okay, here is our Vagabond YouTube channel. Please subscribe with videos about all my ranked retire cheap in paradise locations worldwide. If you'd like to learn how to live or retire cheap internationally with less money than you spend at home, please grab a free copy of my ebook, How to Fire Your Boss and Travel the World. You can also see our members only retire cheap reports or visit our promotions page to see if our beta promotion is still operable. All of that is on the webpage, links provided. To learn the benefits and costs of our Retire Cheap in Paradise membership, just watch the following YouTube video on the webpage or click the link to open it full page at YouTube. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. Thank you for stopping by. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?